Hi there, Dan again from CleanGuru, and today's message: don't be afraid to tell your prospects, and as far as that's concerned, your customers, what you know. Let me tell you a story from a long time ago when I was a young guy and I was a manager in a retail store. And this was a department store, and in the linens department we had lots and lots of pillows. And I remember once talking to the manager of that department, and they made a very good insight. They had probably, I don't know, 30, 40 pillows, all different kinds and different manufacturers, different kinds, all kinds of pillows. But the mistake, she said, you got to be careful of is this. If somebody comes in and asks, well, what pillows do you think? And they see this wall of all these pillows and says, well, what do you think? You don't want to say, well, take a look. You can look at all the different kinds, all the different manufacturers. Take a look yourself. We have everything you could possibly want, and throw it right back at the customer. She said, that's crazy. What you want to do is step up if they're asking you and narrow the choices down. So she said maybe pull out 3 or 4 and say, here are the 3 that I think would be best for you based on what you've told me you like. This one's a little more expensive but has this. This one's a little cheaper but you'll miss this benefit. She said that helps them an awful lot. Well, that's a great analogy for today's message, because sometimes in the cleaning business all of us can be guilty of this. Sometimes because we want the job so badly, we act as if the building owner or the property manager, that they know everything about the cleaning business, that they hold all the cards, that really our job is to simply sit there and say, okay, whatever you want, you've got it. In fact, remember we've talked about, no problem, no problem, no problem. Almost the answer is no problem to any request the customer comes up with. Well, when we do that, when we don't step up and tell the prospect or customer what we know about the cleaning business, 2 things happen. First of all, we lose an opportunity to give them information that could help put together a better cleaning proposal or a better cleaning program that may cost a little bit more but would give you enough time to do a really good job. And we don't have the opportunity to do that if we don't say anything. Secondly, in the eyes of the prospect or in the eyes of the customer, even though you think you or I think we're being very cooperative, we're really losing an opportunity to position ourselves as an expert. They lose a little bit of confidence in us if in fact they have to steer and direct the whole conversation. Does that make sense? So when you're talking with your customers or your prospects, it's a wonderful opportunity not to force it on them, but to certainly be forthcoming and be willing to say, here's what we've learned from our experience. This kind of program works, this kind of schedule works. Be willing to share what you know. You probably know a lot more about the cleaning business than they do, and you can share that certainly without being discourteous, and it really will rise you in their opinion. Hope that helps. Hope it helps your cleaning business. Until next time, remember that you can do this. You really can.